Have you ever wondered what it's like to watch somebody who's really bad at video games play one of the hardest video games ever made? Well, wonder no longer, because lucky for you guys, there's somebody out there who did that, and that guy is me. Now, I know what you're probably thinking.
This game, the Elden Ring isn't even that hard.
It's hard for someone like me, okay? It's hard for me. Now, I did eventually beat the game, and I started the DLC, but that's a video for a different time. Yeah, it's not going too well. But enough chit chat. Let's just go ahead and get right into the video. All right, let's freaking do it, bro. Guys, don't worry, I'll lock in. All right, guys, so I'm gonna be trying to beat Elden Ring with no experience and playing on a PlayStation controller. I'm gonna be actually beating the game now. Okay, let's go ahead and pick what we want to be. So my name is gonna be, what is no sleep in Japanese? Alright, so apparently that's supposed to mean no sleep in Japanese, which I think is pretty cool. Perfect. We'll do this one, why not? Let's pick one that looks most like me. There we go. I'm just kidding. So then I proceed to take about 10 minutes to create my character, which I never look at for the rest of the game. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into it. I don't even know, like, controls or anything. Like, this is like my first time playing on a PlayStation controller. I'm sure you guys have already seen that. I don't need to watch it. So after loading in, I proceed to figure out what the controls do and try and attempt them. And I also fall for a classic blunder, as you can see here. Wait, I feel like I fight somewhere right here, if I remember. I do, I knew it.
What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at?
After getting absolutely clapped, I went ahead and found my first grace, and then I fell for another classic prank.
Oh my god, bro.
Took the lift up, opened the door, and then I officially was in Lemgrave. Limgrave.
Fortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
Made my way up and around the tree sentinel to my boy Kill. Stole a horse and then almost got squished by a giant. I was literally running through everything. After watching a couple videos, I found it was time to grab some runes, grab some gold seeds, fight my first invader, grab my flask, fall off a cliff and die, and go ahead and head up to the round table. And after upgrading my spirit ashes a little bit, I figured it was time to go ahead and fight my first boss.
Foul tarnished, in search of the Elden Ring, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
And after getting dogged on a couple times, dang it! I finally beat him. Dodge, 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 dodge.
Just hit him! Just hit him once! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And after making my way through Stormvale Castle and learning at the lakes, I eventually made it to the Altus Plateau. But I wouldn't be there for very long because all I came for was the best freaking weapon in the freaking game, the Nagakiba. And after grabbing that, I figured it was time to go ahead and go back to Stormvale Castle and try to fight Godric. Which actually ended up being a lot easier than I thought it would.
Second freaking sure, let's go!
After that, I figured it was time to go get my revenge on this guy and start Vare's questline to go ahead and get the best rune farm in the freaking game.
Take that!
After running around aimlessly for a little while, I ended up coming across the boss that I struggled with the most out of any boss in this game, dude. the Dragon Tree Sentinel. I died to this guy at least 50 times, and every single time that I had died to him, I had him below at least 25% health. So here's a montage of me losing my sanity to losing to this boss.
Oh, please!
You sit there. They got him.
Please, please get up. Please get up. Please get up. Son, please get up. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
As you can see, I was pretty excited. After figuring out I can't get into the capital without 2 great runes, I figured it was time to go fight Radahn. As you can see, I was nowhere near as excited after defeating Radahn as I was the Dragon Tree Sentinel. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that I did this game very, very out of order. For example, after defeating Radahn, I went ahead and fought Godfrey, Morgoth, Renala, Estelle, and then I came to another boss who I struggled so much with, and that was Electo. I don't know why I could not beat this guy, but for the life of me, it just took forever.
Insane. I looked at my phone for 2 seconds, bro.
And I'm not even joking, guys, when I say this. Our final battle took us over 15 minutes to fight. And I finally freaking did it after over 15 minutes fighting this guy. And if you guys want like a tutorial or something, I'll post one about it. It wasn't really that hard. He's just really weak to frost. All that for the Black Knife Tish. After exploring a bit more, leveling up and doing whatnot, I killed a magma worm and started Alexander the Great's questline, which is the best questline in the game in my opinion. And after traveling far enough to get to the mountaintop of the giants, I made it to the fire giant where I used Alexander the Warrior to help me. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't struggle with the fire giant that much as I did in New Game Plus for some reason, but that might just be me. And after making it to the top of the cereal bowl filled with fire, I lit my maiden on fire. And I also still do not know to this day if I was supposed to do this ending or like supposed to set her on fire or whatever, but I don't know. And after she teleports me to the coolest place on the freaking map, I accidentally end up starting a boss fight. And after a few attempts and a few sleep pots, I do end up killing the Godskin duo.
Let's go, son! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, bro might be actually tweaking. And after fighting the Godskin duo, I went ahead and fought Alexander, the Jar Warrior.
I see you finally made it here yourself. The city hanging in the air is slowly crumbling. What an incredible place we find ourselves. But that aside, you're certainly a force to be reckoned with, eh? I doubt there's a single soul who could have handled that giant other than you. It was practically a god. Of course, I count myself the great Alexander among the many. Which means I've but one thing to ask of you. Would you kindly undertake my ordeal? Come and tell me when you're ready. I've been longing to fight a warrior as accomplished as you. You are ready then, I take it? Then let us begin.
After crying for hours beyond belief, I went ahead and fought Commander Naya.
Let's freaking go, son.
I went ahead and grabbed the other half of the medallion. After doing a whole lot of different things, I finally had made my way to the Dynasty Palace, where I fought one of the coolest bosses in my opinion, and that is Moog. I did find out a lot of cool things about Moog and some of his backstory stuff, whatnot, and also found out quite a few things about how you can use your flask in the middle of his attack, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, just altogether, this boss fight was pretty awesome. And I also take no pride in saying this, but this is one of the only bosses that I had to use my Mimic on, which is also a cool part because he's also one of the bosses that I struggle the most with.
Get him, Mimic!
And now it's time for one of the hardest freaking bosses in the entire game. And after going further down the tree and defeating Loretta, and then crossing a lake of rot, I found my favorite boss in the entire game. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And so begun one of the hardest bosses in the entire game. Just look at how excited I am! Now, instead of showing you guys every single death I had or talking about how I figured out how to dodge her waterfowl dance or whatever, I just went and put a bunch of clips of me dying onto one panel, just so you guys could have the satisfaction of watching it all at once. I ended up getting so mad that I started a second quest line, which was Millicent's quest line, to get her talisman. And after grabbing the red feathered branch sword talisman, I went ahead and died a couple more times, but eventually I had the one try. Wait, you thought I was actually about to win this one? Not a chance. But I was getting better, and I was getting her to her second phase a lot faster. And I did have a close call where my Mimic almost killed her after I had died, which would have been super funny. And I kept dying again, and again, and again, and again. But eventually, it happened.
freaking go! Let's freaking go! Holy freaking go! Let's go! Oh my god.
Dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother. I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
First try.
And after spending weeks fighting her, I finally made it further into the game, and I fought Malekith. But before I fought Malekith, I fought this stupid freaking boss!
Oh, death. Become my blade once more.
I'm not even gonna lie, Malekith probably has the most aura out of every single boss, just because of that one quote. But I did end up killing him and touching this weird looking thing so that I can further into the quest. And after waking up in the City of Ashes, I figured it was time to fight Gideon.
Stand before the Elden Ring.
Which was actually no fight at all. And so after defeating Gideon, I finally fought Godfrey in his natural form, which in my opinion is also a really cool boss, but it's so hard. Like, I had bro at 1 HP and he still body slams me like he's the Undertaker from WrestleMania. I also don't know why I didn't have a shirt on here, but I ended up beating him anyway. I went ahead and fought Rykard for the Blasphemous Blade because it's really good during the final boss fight. And also, my first time fighting Radagon, I didn't know it automatically sent you to fight the Elden Beast, so I ended up using all my flasks. And after over 80 hours of playing the game, leveling up, getting different pieces of equipment, and fighting the Elden Beast, I had finally beaten Elden Ring. And with the Elden Beast defeated, I finally took my throne as the Elden Lord.
An age of fracture.